Hey guys, how is it going? It is Clary Berry, and I'm here today to bring to you the Cardano reading. Sorry it is a day technically late, but if you watched the last videos, even if they weren't dated here through the 27th, I think through the 25th, but we talked about the 26th, 27th, and the 28th a little bit during the videos. So if you ever get anxious again, just go back and watch the last videos, because I do talk about it a little bit further than I actually list. So let's get started. Actually, let's talk about last week, why we're talking about last week. You guys, if paying attention, I kind of noticed we were green on the 25th there, and then back down on the 26th, just like I predicted. So on the 27th, what do we have? What is our energies? We have the peak of Mercury conjunct natal sun. Okay, so very airy card here, yet tied into our emotions. This is expressing our thoughts, expressing ourselves. We have a purpose here, and a very, very active mind. See our wings here on our mind? The mind here in this Mercury conjunct natal sun is going to be, very stimulating conversations. Those conversations that need to be had. Those conversations that can affect people and get the job done, right? It's going to be, here's what it is, to sum it up really well. This aspect is all about finally making those connections. It's like you've heard something, this is really good. You've heard something, people have been hearing about Ada, people have been seeing, if they didn't even know before, it's like, now I've been hearing about this Ada, and I've heard they're going to have a really good September, so I think I'm going to start putting it all together now, and we're going to move forward. This is good. Okay, the 27th, that is the peak of that aspect. So the 28th for Ada, for Cardano, we just have the end of Mercury square Saturn, and that was kind of a sideways aspect for sure. So that's good. And the 28th might not be, quite as great. Maybe here as the 27th, just not having a lot of this energy. But guys, watch out, because the 29th is bringing all new, fresh energy here. The start of Venus sextile natal Saturn and the start of Mars conjunct natal Sun. So we have big awakenings here. And, the first aspect there, the Venus sextile natal Saturn, that could be a little iffy here, especially we've got a 5 and our death card. So issues, realizations, really guys, though, I think this is going to be possible realization, only a bad realization for anybody who's not in Ada, because, the death card is not just about death. It's definitely about the rebirth. So again, this is a time where really the identity here, especially with the Venus sextile natal Saturn, you have some iffiness brought to the table for sure with the start of that aspect. But with the Mars conjunct natal Sun, that is all good. The only way that's not good is that it's overly good. And we might be kind of studying here with our 2 5s. We might just kind of, again, some of that up and down, possibly some of that, the limitations. So the 29th, 2 kind of differing aspects there, but then we've also got Mercury in conjunct natal Uranus. So, okay, welcome back, Uranus. And this is kind of the start. This one fell on the floor, wants to kind of be different here and be noticed here and in reverse. So, yeah, it's going to be working overtime. There's a real, like, pow, bam. Again, the only, there's going to be some people that wish it went faster, but really the only bad energy there, I think, is really overly stimulated, overly up and then down. Okay, with Mercury in conjunct natal Uranus, it's just that good. There's kind of that wildness, that aspect. So you can see on the 29th, we've got some kind of differing energies. Overall, I think it should play out pretty good by the end of the day. We might have kind of like up and down, or we might just go crazy with this Uranus, because again, this is kind of a theme here. You'll see for the rest of the reading that the, you know, kind of that Uranus side, that fun, new, fresh, different, out of the ordinary is kind of a theme here. So that kind of just is peaking there and getting started. Actually, let's talk about this a little clearer. Mercury in conjunct natal Uranus, which is just what we just talked about. That's why they weren't coming through super clear. These aspects were just starts. And this one, the fun, fresh, wild, really sharp, you know, like on the ball here. Not missing, you know, anything. We're covering all the bases, doing good. So that peaks on the 29th. This is going to overtake some of these. Okay, so we've got like 27, 28, 29, and these are, again, kind of this this energy, again, maybe getting started here. I think it's good and it's bad, if we want to say up and down and this and that. But it's all good, really. It's all part of this awakening. And again, this fresh new energy is only going to get stimulated. So I really feel like this is the dawn of a new day, kind of with these last, like, iffy, even with these iffy, I keep saying these iffy aspects. There's not a lot of iffy aspects. Venus sextile natal Saturn could be a little bit up and down to sideways. Again, just getting started on the 9th. The 29th, we have the start of Mars conjunct natal natal Sun, which is a really good aspect. Okay, the cards are just a little bit iffy there at first. So let's move on to the 30th. We have the start of Sun sextile quadrant natal Uranus. Again, there's our Uranus. There's our fun. There's our celebrations. And again, this is just getting started, peaking on the 5th. Okay, this is the boom. There's a boom up here, and there's a boom, there's a bam on the 29th, starting. So again, peaking later, closer to the 5th. But with this other aspect, we have another boom, and again, kind of same time-ish. So, even though it's getting started a little bit later, you're looking ahead for good weather. Okay, you're toasting to a good next few days, if I dare say. Okay, so that was the start of Sun sextile quadrant natal Uranus. We also have on the 30th the start of Sun opposite natal Neptune. This could be a little bit of issues, a little bit of FUD, a little bit of, you know, maybe where some of these 5s came in, 2, you know, down a little bit there. But again, just getting started, so it won't be that strong. So we also have the peak. This is the real nuts and bolts of the 30th. The peak of 2 aspects, Venus square natal Pluto, which is great. That's when we're ready to talk. Okay, on the 30th. Good stuff. Good stuff. It's another wow. It's fresh. It's love. You know, it's all the finer things. This is such a Venus card. Love it. Yeah, all about it with the Venus square natal Pluto. Again, bigger things, possible life-changing, you know, kind of goodness there. If anything's going down, it's only because it's went up so high, and then, you know, it's just got to come down just a little bit. And sorry, you know, if I say like correct or do this, like, I'm not speaking necessarily in like financial terms. People will like be like, oh, correction is, you know, this percent or that percent. It's like, mine's all just kind of relative. And if I say that, I just mean even the little bit down after, or even sideways, you know, just like, I don't know, try to keep it explained well around here. So, okay, also on the 30th, peaking, we have Sun conjunct natal Mars, more new energy, more fresh energy. All the learning we've been doing, the truth we've been finding, now we're able to act on it. Really good cards coming through. So, and it's growth, and it's good for everything here. For all the transactions, the buzzing, yeah. So 30th looks pretty good here. 30th definitely looks good, even really better than the 29th, which really looks pretty good. You know, there's that other longer term energy sprinkled in that does have a little bit of a toned down, maybe you could say, sort of energy, but the energy that's shining through on these days is looking really good. There on the 30th, we also have the end of Sun, sesquiquadrant natal Pluto, which kind of was a negative aspect, so glad to see that one go. And then let's pull one for the 31st. Okay, more threes. I love that. Remember how we had new and kind of fresh and unique as our themes for this that we picked out here. And I think you know, some of the threes, and even change, you know, there's change, there's something new going on with the fives and the threes. This new, you know, creative energy and growth is really coming through, especially here, 30th, 31st. Yeah, this communication here with the Sun conjunct natal Mercury, new, fresh communication. This looks like people are going to be seeing, talking about, discussing, thinking about, and acting upon habitually, you know, some of this news, some of this. There's a lot of visionary energy and truth and learning that we've been doing. Yes, yes, a lot of good communication, planning, exchange. Things are getting better, but that is the peak of that energy, and it's fresh and new and good. Okay, so 31st, we also have the end of Mercury conjunct natal Sun, which was pretty good, I think, mental energy. But again, we're just taking what we're learning and what we have learned and running with it. And again, some people still in this, oh, I'm thinking about crypto, I'm learning about crypto, I'm learning about ADA, and I'm planning on getting in. So there's a very steady, I think, pull here towards Cardano. And again, a lot of growth, a lot of new energy, again, new discussions, new really way of viewing Cardano and ADA, which is appropriate, you know, because now it really is something different. It's changing into something different. What is it? September 12th. Okay, we're actually going to have smart contracts. Like, are you kidding me? You know, no more pushbacks and, like, knock on wood, all of this stuff. I mean, the ADA team has been working overtime, and there have been some setbacks and delays. But this is looking good for the price here for this week. It's also 31st is also the end of Venus in conjunct natal Neptune, which is actually more of a sideways energy, or, you know, lazy type of energy. So that's good to have that pass. So overall, beautiful reading. Hope you enjoyed it. Much love, many blessings. Take care, and I will talk to you guys real soon. Bye.